Alright, so I figured I'd go ahead and do this real quick to start the video off. As you can see, he said he got an invite to the PTS. It says okay, thumbs up, PTS. You got it? Cool. Nothing wrong with that. If you got it, congratulations. But the thing I was curious about is if he actually got it, then I was kind of wondering how much time played did he have? Because if the requirements involve time played, let's see how much time played he's got. He's got 13 days, 14 hours, and 23 minutes, and I have 104 days, 10 hours, and 11 minutes. Yeah, that don't make sense. So it's not his fault. Congratulations to him. This is 1000% Master's fault. So if 1.7 is a failure and people play it for a week and stop playing it because of glitches or bugs or something like that, it's their fault. But yeah, if you're eligible, some people are upset because they know they're eligible and they met the requirements, but they didn't get an invite. So let's get to the video. Welcome back to another Division video. This one is actually going to be about the Xbox Console PTS. I'm sure the same thing will work for PS4 if you have PS4. I have PS4, but I have more on here. So this is the link you go to see if you're eligible to receive a code for the PTS. This is the link. You go here. I'm actually going to walk you through it, but you basically go here. And it'll actually tell you if you're eligible or not, and if you're receiving a code or gonna receive a code, things like that. So if you want a video and look at that, you can, but I will put that down in the description also. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go to it. Pull us back out of here. So once you actually go to that site, this is what you're gonna see. It's gonna show up, as you can see, public test server, Tom Clancy Division, PTS, yada yada. And what you'll have to do is either select which one. I have both. I have not tried the PS4 one. I tried the Xbox one. I don't know if I have one on PS4. I would assume I don't because I ain't got that many hours, so that's why I just checked the Xbox One one. So basically what you do, you come here, you'll click on Xbox One, or if that's what you have, click on whatever platform you have, and you'll hit apply, and it'll go through, and then you'll actually have to type your information in. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and log in real quick, and then we'll go ahead and continue the video. Alright, so once you log in, you should come across a page that's similar to this. Public test server. It says, sorry, you are not eligible to take part in the PTS. So I'm not eligible. Why am I eligible? I don't know. The requirements for eligibility was based off of having a level 30 character, your time played in the past 30 days, and your time played since the launch of the game. Check, check, check. I check all them boxes. So technically, there's definitely people with more hours than me, but at the same time, I should have been somewhere in that 10,000, right? So how I feel, I ain't even upset about it. The problem that I have with it though is I've been around since the launch of the game, since the beta. So it's not saying I feel entitled or some shit like that, but to fix the game, I feel like this was a certain opportunity, right? So you have new players. I feel their opinions matter and all that. Get that out the way before somebody say some dumb shit. But what I'm saying is it's been PTSs before. They've all been on PC. You had the ETF, you know, the ETF before each launch, and there's always been problems. So if you have players that stuck around through the bugs, the glitches, and all that, those to me are the customers and the players you should be targeting and kind of trying to get feedback from, because they've stuck around. So those are most likely the players that, if there's a Division 2, those are most likely the players that will buy the Division 2. That's how I think of it from a marketing standpoint. So it's not saying new players don't matter or their opinions don't matter. I'm just saying if you have players who stuck around through the bugs and the glitches, they obviously want what's best for the game. So if you want what's best for the game, you have an opportunity to have 20,000 players, 20,000, 10,000 PS4, 10,000 Xbox One. You have an opportunity to have 10,000 players test the game out and fix 1.7. So at this point, there's obviously been issues, and you know, Matt Shotcha, he said whatever. Yannick rushed through the damn state of the game yesterday. Threw that shit real quick. That was the quickest state of the game I ever saw. Hamish knows some shit up. That's why he ain't hiding. Like Hamish, he usually, on the streams, on everything, and Yannick he been having to hold it down the past 2 weeks by himself because Hamish was like, hey, I want no parts of this. So I'm just saying it don't make sense from that standpoint. This guy's with 6 days. This guy invites 30, 40 days. You got people selling invites also, but it's people that's on my friends list with less days, and they hit me up saying, yo, you jumping on the PTS? I'm like, yo, I ain't getting an invite. So I don't fucking know. But there's a couple things I went to check. They also said you can log into your Ubisoft club, and I actually did that first. So I was trying to figure out if it's reasons that made me ineligible, what made sense, what didn't make sense, and all that, right? So I checked Ubisoft club first, so I'm gonna go ahead and check that. We can look at that real quick. All right, so once you log in, this is what you see. You got your what we're gonna do is go over here to stats, and once again you can see it says Anthem Music up top. I did have Anthem Music before, and then I switched it to Anthem Gaming because of the whole YouTube thing, and I just wanted everything to be the same. But originally it was Anthem Music, so I don't know if that's got something to do with it because I switched the name. But this Anthem Music is tied to my Anthem Gaming, so it's tied together. Even when I log into the Ubisoft account, I see the same email and everything work, everything cool, but it says I'm ineligible. So anyway, under stats, the one thing I did look at is, like I said, there was people who had 6 days, 30, 40, 50 days, 60 days, like that, and they got invites and I didn't. So like I said, it wasn't so much being upset, it was just kind of like, yo, this shit don't make sense, right? So one thing I did look at is the playtime. My playtime on here in the club is 2,094 hours, but in the game registered that I had 105 hours. So I don't know if there's some kind of disconnect or something's being fucked up between that and this or whatever it is. So as you can see, math wise, 2,094 comes out to around 87 hours. Nah, I didn't just do that right now. I wish I could say I did. Matter of fact, I did do that. I ain't just use a calculator to figure it out ahead of time. I just did that on the fly because I'm a genius. Yeah. Anyway, 2,094 here, 87 days, but I actually got 105 in the game. So we're gonna go to that real quick so you can actually see what I'm talking about. All right, so here we go. This is this page here. As you can see, time played is 105, well, 104 and a half days basically. So it's 104 and a half days. I got all the achievements, gamer score all the way up, high level in the high rank in the underground, like all this shit, man. High rank in survival, all this shit, but I ain't getting an invite. So I'm kind of confused how that worked. Completely confused at how that worked. But like I said, I got 105 or 104 and a half days, but the club only registered 87 days, which I don't know why there's that difference and what happened. But yeah, I don't know what they gonna do with the next PTS. I think this kind of fucks with players a little bit because it was something to look forward to. Because one, we want to be able to, there's a lot of people who want to play the game and they just think the PTS is a way to just play shit early. And then there's actual people who are invested in the game because they love the game and they want to test shit out and make sure shit's cool, like the drop rate. Supposedly, some of the caches where you can get worn or green gear, which didn't make sense. They did say that was a mistake and they're fixing that. Cool. But the drop rate, they're saying that the drop rate for classified gear is too low. There's certain things that got to be tested out, and I just feel like if you have players who are willing to do that, why not get them the opportunity to do so instead of doing all the other shit? And like I said, there were certain requirements: eligibility, level 30 character, check, activity in the past 30 days, I did, and then time played them at 105. I know there's people who are like 150 hours, which is fucking crazy. That's like a full-time job. If you got 150 hours playing this damn game, you need to talk to fucking Ubisoft about a full-time position or something, because yeah. But anyway, so that's what that is, and it's kind of confusing. But that's basically the video. If you want to go ahead and check it out, like I said, the link for that website will be down in the description. Check that out. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Any questions, concerns, any of that, comments, leave them below, or message me on Xbox, Ant for Gaming, PlayStation, it is Ant for Music. For some reason I can't change the name on there because PlayStation's PlayStation, but like I said, check it out. If you got an invite, congratulations and all that. And if you got an invite, try to test the shit out. I understand some people just want to play it, but actually test shit out, make sure shit's cool, so when it drops in 1.7, we can actually play it and get the classified gear like we supposed to. You know, we can actually do all the, you know, the global events and all that shit like we supposed to, instead of, you know, it drops and there's bugs and there's glitches and all of a sudden they gotta do this patch and it fucks everything up. So test the Ninja Bike messenger bag too, make sure that shit is working with different sets. But yeah, other than that, good luck to y'all. Like I said, please like and subscribe. If you don't subscribe, should subscribe. Why? Because I said so, and I'm a nice guy, so why not? All right, y'all have a good one.